Ready or not, here comes Mama.
Look at her. But I ain't one to gossip, so if anyone asks you, you ain't heard it from me.
Hey guys, so I wanted to come on here and talk about what I'm pretty sure everybody is talking about and seeing on the internet, which is the whole Trisha Paytas, H3H3 or Ethan Klein drama. I don't even think that it should even be titled drama at this point. There are real people in this situation that are getting hurt. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about that while I drink my tea, which is not from Billy Millie's this time. Trisha Paytas even came out on Twitter and was talking about that Donna Klein, Ethan Klein's mom, had texted her or Moses some really bad stuff.
I'm so sick of this bullshit. I'm so sick of this bullshit. Can't wait to go to her whatnot. And you were taking off the invite the minute you sent Moses that text. They all know what that text was on the last episode of Frenemies, which we also
well, now everybody knows what the text is.
Yeah, that's okay.
Everyone was recording it. I brought that up. I said, why would your mom text the most vile, disgusting? I can't even speak it right now. I cannot speak it right now because she put blame and the weight of something so heavy on me that I have to wait this out now.
It's all about her.
She's a vile scum. I cannot.
She said she's vile scum.
I'm vile and I'm scum.
It's pretty awesome to hear someone talk about my mom that way in a way. I mean, I don't think any of us take it seriously, but just like the fact that my mom is being called vile scum by Trisha Paytas is something I never expected to happen in my life. It's just
it's
unpredictable.
Funny.
Life is such a weird fucking journey, isn't it? It's like a fever dream.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's just crazy.
Repeat. I can't even put out what she said. And when I asked Ethan, like, your mom texted this? Like that's something that's like the nastiest thing I've ever heard from anybody. And he's like, well, I told her not to text that. It's disgusting. What?
No, okay, she's lying. I didn't say I told her not to text that. I didn't know. What I said, Trisha, is I didn't know she sent it.
Right.
Okay, so let's not act like I was party to
Trisha
that.
just kept on going on and on and on with some of the things that she was saying. I didn't understand.
Well, let's be your team, Ethan, obviously. Your team, Ethan and Hila. So
I know,
Trisha
but
would
still,
say
she said some things that were just. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You're my son.
Yes.
Hila's my daughter-in-law.
Of course.
I'm a grandma.
Yes.
Teddy is my son and Moon, and my granddaughter Eleanor, same thing. And the baby in your wife's tummy is, it's really. It's
grandma.
I'm grandma.
Yeah,
okay. All right. So I got so upset with all the stress.
By the way, and I didn't know she sent this until, God, how did I find out? But I'll be honest, I was a little horrified to know that you were texting Moses.
It was one time.
But you know what? I also, on the other hand, I get it. I get why you sent it.
Well, I was so upset because of some of the things that she had just said.
Go ahead. Read the
I sent a private message on Messenger to Moses.
You texted Moses. I mean, it's not.
Well, I didn't really text. Is that called texting?
Yes.
Messaging? Is that texting?
Yes.
Okay. All right. This is everybody.
Go ahead.
This is what I wrote.
Cover your ears. This is it. The worst thing you've ever heard.
Horrible thing you've ever heard. Okay.
Well,
Moses.
Okay.
Moses, if your sister has a miscarriage because of this stress, I will hold you and Trisha responsible. Stop this nonsense. Enough. That's what I wrote.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the message didn't catch on fire. It was so horrid. Oh my God.
Well, okay. I mean, on one hand, that's obviously a strongly worded message to send.
It was, and that's how I felt.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. She was causing you so much stress.
The truth is, we were all thinking it, and I wasn't going to write it. So when I saw you write it, I was like, she shouldn't have sent the text, but like,
Sorry.
I was thinking the same thing, honestly.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All facts, no printer, right?
Yeah, that would have been a good thing.
Thanks, Dan.
$100.
Dan beat me to it.
Thanks, Dan. She was just about to say.
Yeah, I was just about to say it. Not.
So like I mean, yeah, obviously that's a lot to tell someone, but at the same time, I get, so that's the message. I don't know. You guys can judge for yourself. I get it though. Like, I mean, as the grandma, as someone who you're like family with Moses, you felt you could speak frankly with him. On the other hand, I understand that it's kind of a shocking message to receive, as well. So, that's the message though. So I think Trisha's playing it up a little.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
People can decide for themselves if she overreacted a little bit.
I cursed her.
Cursing her.
Well, at the time, it was really intense. It was really like she was making like a billion videos and TikToks, and Hila was in a really vulnerable point of pregnancy.
She had hormones rushing through her whole body, and we were scared.
Because Ethan and Hila are expecting another child. And they went through in vitro treatment and all of this kind of treatment, to be able to have that second child. Now, for y'all that don't know, and I don't even know if Trisha Paytas knows this, but like going through that, like I had a family member who went through that, and it's just like a really tough like situation. I looked into it, and they have to go through like all of these tests and treatments, and like Ethan Klein said on the podcast with his mom, that there were shots that Hila had to take. Like it's intense, and so basically the mom has to be under the perfect conditions to be able to conceive and to be able to fully carry this child. Just because I've been through pregnancy also, like stress is stress, not just for a pregnant woman, but even just for a regular everyday person, can be really, really bad on your health and really bad for you. But when you're pregnant, and not only that, but you've gone through so much like to get pregnant, stress can definitely harm the baby. So I don't understand why Trisha Paytas is not like understanding that. I know it's hard for some people to like empathize and sympathize with people or a situation if they haven't been through it. And we all know that Trisha Paytas has been open about talking about how she cannot have children. So maybe that's why Trisha Paytas is kind of like not understanding. But if she could just do some research online and look into like, is this real? Like, does, can stress like cause somebody to, miscarry or something? Absolutely. Now, a lot of people on Twitter were pointing out that it's very hypocritical for Trisha Paytas to be talking about like, why would they put that on me and blah, 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 when she was actively tweeting out against Gabby Hanna saying like, oh, I feel so bad for Jessie Smiles. She basically was saying how Gabby Hanna was, putting Jessie Smiles through all that stress while Jessie Smiles was pregnant. Well, girl, you're doing the same thing to Gila right now. Like, how do you not see that? I don't understand. Like, for me, this is what it feels like. It feels like sometimes I don't know if y'all know anybody like this, but sometimes there's people where you'll try to like talk with them and have conversations and it's just not clicking. Like there's just something that's just not, allowing it to click. And the only time that it does click for them is if you put them, like say, okay, how would you feel if this was you going through that or something like that? Or how would you feel, if this was happening to somebody that you care about or your sister or something like that, and so I feel like Trisha Paytas is very much one of those people. Like she just ain't gonna get it until somebody is like, either maybe like her sister or something is pregnant and they're like, well, how would you feel if somebody was stressing out your sister? Like, wouldn't you feel the same way? Like that they need to stop because, she's pregnant and in a delicate situation. And, when Donna said what she texted and read it, like, honestly, I was like, I could see where she's coming from, to be real, because it is a very real thing. Like Gila being under all of that stress, yes, it can contribute to that, especially because she's in a very delicate situation. Went through all of that trouble to get pregnant. Now she's pregnant, and she has to be careful, I was like, okay, well, I mean, if it was my kid and my kid was going through something like that, then yeah, I would say the same thing because, trying to get them to understand like, hey, you need to calm down because what you're doing right now is not just going to affect all of us, but you can also affect this unborn child, that's going to be my grandchild. If I was Donna, I could totally see how that's a valid, statement to make. Now, I know it's not something easy to say because especially when you have someone like Trisha Paytas who it almost seems like if Trisha is so used to being able to say whatever she wants and like really not get like, a lot of close people within her like, circle to really like be straight. It doesn't seem like she has somebody to be like, girl, Trisha, I love you, girl, but what you did the other day and what you said, it was completely out of line. It just doesn't seem like she has people like that. And you always need somebody like that in your life, For the most part, when it comes to situations like that, I'm that friend, I'm that, loved one or whatever that will be like, okay, girl, I'm going to tell you this from a loving place in my heart. But what you did the other day, that was not right. And, just from like a loving place or whatever. Well, it doesn't seem like Trisha Paytas has ever had that. So it seems like if she's been used to being able to just throw stuff out there and like be used to not getting any, like, yeah, she gets backlash from fans, but the way that she looks at that is, oh, it's just fans, like they're trolls or whatever, but when it comes to her real life, now people around her that really do care about her, I believe that Ethan and, everyone did truly care about her. It seems like if she's just not like, she's like, no, no, I'm not wrong. Like refuses to accept her side of things, even though she says she does, it really doesn't seem like if she is, actions speak louder than words and the actions just don't really say that, in my opinion. Donna read the whole text and everything, and then Trisha Paytas must have seen it because she went on her Twitter and she was like, this is it. I'm going to make a video. And she made that video, and I'm gonna just put it right here and then we can talk later.
I do agree. So this is my last video to Ethan and the Kleins and his mother. First and foremost, today they put up an episode where the mother proudly and still stood by her text message to me was that if someone miscarries, that she would blame me and Moses for putting stress on her. And Ethan said, I actually agree with that. By that logic, which miscarriages are the majority of the time an embryo defect, a genetic defect. By that same logic, how come Ethan isn't held to that same standard? Continuously engaging, not only engaging, but harassing the person that's suing him. Not only is Ethan getting sued, but now the family's podcast is getting sued, and his wife's company, Hila's company, Teddy Fresh, is getting sued. How is not, like, continuously having his pregnant wife sitting next to him while he's combating all these people, just attacking person after person, including the first one about me and Keemstar, which had nothing to do with him. All of this because I went on a podcast. I haven't said anything about Hila through all this, because I actually don't have any issue with her, but also I went also out of respect for her pregnancy. But she does sit next to Ethan and condone all this stuff, including the first episode that I went on their podcast where I confronted Ethan about making fun of my looks and other female presenting and female looks. I was female at the time, but I'm female presenting now, to which they both thought it was still okay. I made a decision to disengage from drama, but these are gross lies, and the harassment is nonstop. Donna proudly admitting that she will still blame me and Moses. If I don't want to say it. The fact that she even texted that is so gross, because not only is it personal, put that aside, but it's a common, you're perpetuating that this is a common reason for miscarriages, and other people who miscarry will have that on them, that, oh, maybe I was too stressed, maybe it was this, when there are multiple reasons that it could happen. So the fact that they're just so proudly boasting that they, not only do they say that, but Ethan also stands behind and also will also put that on us, is like the most vile and like disgusting thing you could ever put on somebody. Because even if it's something that just physically, abnormally, genetically happened, that's on me, and that's, but there is a point where you have to look at it and be like, what am I doing to also be the problem? And I've reflected, you know, some things are just not worth it. And as long as someone keeps engaging in the drama, whether that's for views, for fun, whatever, if you're engaging in drama and you are consistently trying to bring someone down, when they've either already apologized, they've taken accountability, victims have accepted apology, like if you continue to do it, then you're just an asshole, you're harassment, you are bullying. And that is the only time that I feel like anyone should ever be deplatformed.
It made me feel some type of way, because she was like, well, to put that on me is just wrong, because, you know, what if the baby has defects or whatever? I was just like, girl. I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. You know, when somebody says that just rubbed me raw. That rubbed me raw. Like, I was just like, oh no, girl, like, do not, like, and you know, I get it. Like, it was a private conversation. Like, I feel like if that shouldn't have even been brought up on the internet, regardless, like the subject of the unborn child, because it's an innocent child. But yet again, the one who brought that and put that forefront with the whole public to be able to know about it was Trisha Paytas, because she was like going after Ethan, and of course that was her way to give him a little dig and be like, well, yo mama told me yada yada yada, you know what I mean? And it was just like, girl, like, you know, didn't you just make an apology video the other day and said that you weren't going to be involved in drama, that it just wasn't for you because that you didn't want to lose your fiance and all of that up in there? Didn't you just put that up in your video? But now you do it. But, you know, I hope that she does change and that she really does want to change the way that she said. But for right now, it's just not looking like that. I just don't know. Hopefully she does, because, I mean, change is always good in all of us, right? Oh, and real quick, Trisha tried to say like, well, you know, they want to talk about that, but Ethan has Hila right there when they're talking about this lawsuit and all of that. Well, girl, if Hila is comfortable enough to say like, yes, I feel fine talking about this lawsuit or whatever, then that's Hila's decision. You know, if Hila tells Ethan, yeah, you know, I'm good, I ain't gonna be stressed, I'm good to talk about this, then that's all good. But you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, Trisha. You don't know if Gila is like, oh, Ethan, oh my God, all of this is stressing me out. Like she just doesn't stop. You know, you don't know. So unless you ask Gila, like, hey, Gila, girl, is it all right if I drag you and your family through the mud on the internet? You know, unless she tells you, yeah, girl, I'm fine, I don't even care, you know, it ain't gonna stress me out. That's the way that you know. But if you don't know, and there's a possibility that you can stress her out, and she has this baby that she's trying to make in her belly, you know, give her that same respect that you were telling Gabby Hanna that she needed to give to Jessie Smiles. Because same situation, girl, same situation, similar personalities, you and Gabby, just different people. You know what I mean? Like same situation. So take a handbook, a page out of your own little handbook when you were over here preaching and defending Jessie Smiles, who's pregnant, when Gabby harassed her, when Gabby Hanna was harassing her. And yeah, same thing. But this time it's you doing it, not Gabby Hanna. So think about that, you know, like, I don't know. Hopefully that makes a little click, you know. I don't know. But, you know, above all, just good vibes, you know, good, many prayers and everything to the family, positivity and light, you know, because I just think that this is just I just hope, I wish I had a little magic wand and I could wave it and then everything would just be okay. And then we could go back to when frenemies was happening and nobody was, you know, arguing, whatever. I think that would be great. But, you know, that's just me and my wishful thinking. So you let me know. I mean, I don't think there's no, don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted and think, oh man, Luke wants for Trisha to go back on the H3 podcast. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I wish that we could go back to the time where it wasn't all like this, because this is just really messy. It's really sad. And now innocent children are being involved. Like that's just really sad to me. You know, that's just my opinion. So anyways, you let me know what your opinions are down in the comments below. And I hope that you like this video. I hope that you gave it a thumbs up. You know, I hope that you subscribed if you haven't already. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye.